Ladies, have you ever looked at your bank statement and wondered why you seem to be spending way more money than your male partner just to exist in the same relationship? From beauty products to date night expectations, from wedding costs to healthcare, women are constantly charged a premium just for being women. This hidden financial burden is often called the pink tax. But what happens when that tax extends into the world of love and relationships? Today, we are diving deep into the unseen ways women are expected to spend more in romantic relationships and why it's time to start questioning these norms. Before we get started, if you're enjoying this content and want more relationship insights, make sure to subscribe to Life Points with Ronda on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon for exclusive content, discussions, and support from a like-minded community. Now, let's get into today's topic. In a society that already makes existing more expensive for women, relationships are no exception. The so-called pink tax is well documented in consumer goods, where women's razors, deodorants, and even basic clothing items cost more than men's equivalents. But this economic imbalance doesn't stop at the drugstore. It infiltrates love, dating, and marriage, placing a disproportionate financial expectation on women. Why do women often bear the burden of costly beauty standards, wedding expenses, and even day-to-day dating costs? And how does this dynamic impact modern relationships? Today, we'll break down the 5 biggest ways women pay more for love and what we can do about it. Let's start with the most obvious one: beauty and grooming. Society sets higher aesthetic standards for women than for men. From hair and makeup to skincare and nails, women often feel obligated to present themselves in a way that aligns with unrealistic beauty ideals, especially in the early stages of dating. Hair salon visits, waxing, and manicures can easily rack up to hundreds of dollars a month. Makeup and skincare products are marketed as necessities rather than luxuries. Even clothing is marked up. Ever noticed how women's shirts and jeans are often more expensive than men's, despite having less material? While men can get away with a basic haircut and a clean outfit, women are judged for not putting in effort. And this expectation doesn't stop after the dating phase. It continues into long-term relationships and marriage. There's an old tradition that says men should pay for dates, but in modern relationships, this expectation has become less clear. Many women contribute or even fully cover expenses, especially in long-term relationships. Studies show that women often spend more on preparation for a date, outfits, hair, makeup, transportation, etc., than men spend on the date itself. Many women feel obligated to contribute financially, even when societal norms still place the expectation on men. Gift-giving pressure is also a real issue. Women often buy thoughtful, extravagant gifts while receiving more practical ones in return. Weddings are one of the most glaring examples of gendered spending expectations. The average wedding dress costs 3 to 10 times more than a tuxedo rental. Bridesmaids spend significantly more than groomsmen on attire, hair, makeup, and travel. Women are often expected to plan the wedding, book venues, and coordinate details, which also means spending more on everything from deposits to decorations. Even after the wedding, women take on financial burdens and household expenses, often disproportionately contributing to home decor, childcare, and family planning costs. Money isn't the only tax women pay. Emotional labor and domestic responsibilities fall heavily on them, often without financial recognition. Women are more likely to be the ones remembering birthdays, planning events, organizing social calendars, and managing family responsibilities. If they choose to be stay-at-home mothers or reduce work hours for childcare, they lose long-term financial security in favor of unpaid labor. The burden of mental load, thinking ahead, keeping track of household tasks, and making sure everything runs smoothly can be just as draining as financial expenses. Women's healthcare is far more expensive than men's. Feminine hygiene products are taxed as luxury items in many places. Birth control and reproductive care often come out of pocket, especially in countries with limited healthcare coverage. Prenatal and postnatal care can be incredibly costly. And in heterosexual relationships, these costs usually fall on the woman rather than being shared equally. If men were expected to take on equal financial and physical responsibility for birth control and family planning, we would likely see a shift in these costs. How can we address the pink tax on love? Understanding these costs is just the first step. Here's how we can challenge and shift these financial burdens. Have honest conversations. Talk openly with your partner about the financial imbalances in your relationship. Set boundaries and expectations. Decide together on shared expenses rather than assuming traditional roles. Split costs more equally. From date nights to weddings, reconsider who is paying for what and why. Advocate for change. Support policies and businesses that push for equal pricing and fair pay. Redefine beauty standards. Recognize that much of the pressure to look good is socially constructed and challenge those expectations within your relationship. Breaking free from the pink tax. The reality is, love should never come with a price tag, but for women, it too often does. By recognizing these invisible financial pressures, we can start demanding fairness in relationships and pushing back against the outdated norms that make women pay more just to exist in love. Do you feel like you're paying the pink tax in your relationship? Let's talk about it. Drop a comment, DM me on Instagram, or share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe to Life Points with Ronda on all streaming platforms. Join the conversation on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. And don't forget to visit my website for more relationship insights. Until next time, take care, stay empowered, and keep building the love you deserve. Thanks for joining me on Life Points with Ronda. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more relationship tips and life advice. Looking for more in-depth conversations and exclusive content? Visit my website at lifepointswithronda.com. Discover insightful podcasts, blog posts, and resources that will help you build stronger relationships and improve your daily life. Join our community on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for daily inspiration and updates. And remember, every relationship starts with you. Let's make life better together.